EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Who said the crowds wouldn't embrace football being back in L.A.? You certainly couldn't tell that by what we saw a few moments ago. These folks are pumped up as their Rams get set to do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Greg Zuerlein, the Rams kicker, approaches, kicks it off, and here we go from Los Angeles. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. On second down, here's Yeldon. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Bortles. And this is going to be incomplete. Aqib Talib, the veteran Pro Bowler, there to get a hand in, knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They do go for it. It's Bortles. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Matt Longacre in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. On 1st and 10, Goff. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Bortles now on 1st down. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
77. Set. 380. Lucy.
From midfield, here's Bortles. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They have what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Man, just couldn't hang on to the slant. Bortles to throw on 3rd and 1. He's going to float this one deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Austin Safarian-Jenkins, 50 yards. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they worked their way back on the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Now it's gone. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. This is caught. It's Cooks. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
A very solid gain of 27.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. From the 3-yard line again, they'll try and punch it in here on 3rd and goal. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
Here we go on 4th. Goff. Buying time to his left. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand.
Brandon, let's file this play away for later. Let's note this play because, to me, it's not out of the question that the decision to pass up the 3 there could come back to haunt them later on.
7-7.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Lucy. 380.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 30. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. 41 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here we go.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
380.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Samson Ebukam not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
380.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. He's going to let this one go deep. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down.
380.
They'll go for it. It's Bortles. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Here's Bortles to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Back to throw, gone. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. DeJuan Smoot coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Out of the gun, Goff. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
12. Tiger.
Now Goff on 1st down. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Hey, 5. Go.
2nd and 10. Goff again. Forced out to his left. That's going to be caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Brandon Cooks, 32 yards. And the Rams are in for 6. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Zerline out now to kick this one away. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Set. Green 80.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. A 1st down carry now for Yeldon. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. The tackle there by Mark Barron. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Now they'll throw it. Bortles. He's going to air one out. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
That one goes for 36 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
14.
Goff on 1st down. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Robert Woods, 38 yards. And the Rams add on to their lead. Zerline now for the PAT. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Zerline out now to kick this one away. The Jaguars getting set to go. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They begin with a run by Fournette. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's the Pro Bowl corner, Aqib Talib there to stop him. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. Dumps it off to Fournette. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a pickup of 6. And good enough to move the chains. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, 5-0. Green 80.
On 1st down, Bortles. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Lucy. Green 80.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Bortles. Out of the backfield, it's T.J. Yeldon. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Green 80.
A final shot before half for Bortles. And complete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So we come upon halftime here in Southern California with the Rams on top. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And the Rams now coming out on the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Hey.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up? And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Aaron Donald able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be.
And the pressure gets to him again. Ndamukong Suh. He's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a fourth down. And the Jaguars send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Taking on the midfield logo. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over.
Louis.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And he's going to go down again.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now gone. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
On play action, now Bortles. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Mark Barron. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Five.
After the interception, here's Goff. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for L.A.
43 yards. The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
He'll get it up the middle, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. Flushed out right. And that is going to be incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. And now out come the Jags. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Bortles. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Aqib Talib, the veteran Pro Bowler, there to get a hand in, knock it away.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
11B. Hey, 54, Ricky.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down. Bortles now on 1st down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Throwing on 1st down is Bortles. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Matt Longacre in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. On 2nd down, here's Bortles. He sets to fire deep. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there. Bortles to lead. 64 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
380.
From the gun, it's Bortles. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3.
Back now in Los Angeles. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the fourth. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Green 80. Green 80. Lucy.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's Goff. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
On 1st and 10, Goff steps away to his left. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 11, and they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The Ram fans in this old stadium on their feet. 3rd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
Green 80. Green 80. 11B. 11B. Green is it.
Now Bortles got to have this one. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. T.J. Yeldon from 4 yards out. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here, all right? Let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. They give him a gain of 38. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
5.
On 1st down, Goff dancing to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Goff now looks to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A very solid gain of 27. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Hey, 76.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
4 down.
Goff now to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
And Zerline's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Bortles will try again on 2nd down. Left side complete. Safarian Jenkins. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Lucy.
Bortles to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Aqib Talib. So that right there was his second pick, but keep in mind, this is a guy who once had a rare 3-interception game in his career.
So what are you saying? That getting 2 in a game, that's like kid stuff for him? That's nothing. He's already
Amateur
done that,
hour.
right? Been there, done that. You know he wants a third again.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Woods. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Goff going to throw it. Out to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and complete.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Now you want. Hey, boys, we got 4 down. Hey, lift.
Goff. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Now Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks, and it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Brandon Cooks, his second touchdown of the afternoon, and the Rams add on to their lead. Zerline good with a PAT, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Zerline out now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now Bortles throwing on second down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. There defensively was John Johnson to knock it free. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Throwing now, Goff. He's going to air one out. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Goff on first down.
His throw incomplete. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.